Welcome to Bananaomics. In this video, we'll explore the concept of equilibrium. In the previous videos, we learned about supply and demand individually. However, in economics, we will typically view these curves simultaneously and draw them on the same diagram. Equilibrium is a state of balance where the quantity demanded and quantity supplied are equal. On our standard diagram, the state of equilibrium is shown when the two curves cross one another. In the free market economic system, equilibrium is the most efficient state of a supply and demand diagram. Markets can also be in a state of disequilibrium where the quantity supplied and quantity demanded are not equal. This state is inefficient and will result in either a shortage or a surplus. States of disequilibrium are theoretically temporary, and the market should automatically correct itself eventually. One state of disequilibrium will cause a surplus or excess supply. Excess supply occurs when the quantity supplied is greater than the quantity demanded. In our example, imagine that the price of golf lessons increased from the equilibrium price of $400 to $500. What would the amount of excess supply be? Take a moment and pause the video to calculate it. If the price were to rise to 500, then the quantity supplied would increase to 500 golf lessons, and the quantity demanded would decrease to 300 golf lessons, resulting in a surplus of 200 golf lessons. Another state of disequilibrium will cause a shortage or excess demand. Excess demand is the opposite of excess supply and occurs when the quantity demanded exceeds the quantity supplied. Let's continue with our example of golf lessons in Brazil. What would be the exact shortage if the price decreased from 400 to 300? Pause the video and try to calculate it. If the price were to fall to 300, the quantity demanded would increase to 500 while the quantity supplied would decrease to 300, resulting in an excess demand of 200 golf lessons. As I said earlier, in the free market, these shortages and surpluses are seen as temporary as the market will correct itself. But how does the market correct itself? The market corrects itself through the use of price as a rationing mechanism. States of disequilibrium will send signals and incentivize consumers or firms to adjust prices to operate at equilibrium. For example, let's look back at our last scenario of a shortage of golf lessons. When a shortage occurs, firms receive the signal that they should offer more of their goods or service and are incentivized by greater profit or revenue. Price is generally considered the best and most efficient rationing device in the free market system as it results in a readjustment to equilibrium price and quantity without any intervention. Here are some practice questions where you will analyze the supply and demand for a hamburger restaurant called Steve's Burger Spot. You must draw a different diagram for each scenario. You should read the scenario and determine what impact the event will have on the curves and briefly list why this change occurs. Pause the video now and take a few minutes to go through these. Let's see how you did. Number 1. A new grill that utilizes the most current grilling technology is installed at the restaurant. This change results in an increase in supply as technology is a shifter of supply. The restaurant is now able to make burgers more efficiently and, therefore, able to produce more. Number 2. A rival store across the street that sells hot dogs has cut the price of hot dogs by 50%. Hot dogs are a substitute for hamburgers. Therefore, a decrease in the price of hot dogs will result in an increase in the quantity demanded of hot dogs, as the law of demand states. Since so many consumers are choosing to buy hot dogs, fewer consumers will demand our hamburgers, resulting in a decrease in supply. Number 3. Steve lowers the price of his burgers from $8 to $6. This question is very tricky as no curves will shift. Steve has changed the price of his burgers to make them cheaper, which is not a shifter of supply or demand. This price drop will move along the curves and result in excess demand. Number 4. A wheat shortage leads to a dramatic increase in the price of bread and buns. This increase in the price of buns has resulted in an increase in the costs of production, which is a shifter of supply. As production prices have increased, the supply will shift to the left. Number 5. A new medical research journal publishes findings that eating a burger once a week doubles the chances of a heart attack. This type of scenario will result in a change in tastes and preferences for consumers, which is a shifter of demand. After this news, consumers will associate hamburgers with heart attacks, resulting in a decrease in demand. Number 6. A large sporting event is taking place near the restaurant. This sporting event will bring a large amount of consumers in the area of our restaurant and increase the overall number of consumers, which is a shifter of demand. I hope this video was able to help you understand equilibrium. Follow us on YouTube to see more economics videos like this.